The U.S. men's hockey team's up on Latvia 4-1 as they begin playing the third period of the opener for both countries at the Olympic Games. Earlier today, Canada topped Czechia in men's hockey by a score of 5-0. American snowboarder Chloe Kim failed in her attempt for a third straight gold in the women's halfpipe. She settled for silver today. Jazz forward Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to miss the rest of the season following surgery to remove a growth in his knee. The team says that he'll be ready for training camp. Thunder guard Jalen Williams is out tonight against Milwaukee because of a strained hamstring. Free agent forward Jeremy Sohan is signing with the New York Knicks. Former Titans interim head coach Mike McCoy will be the assistant head coach under Clint Kubiak in Las Vegas with the Raiders. Phillies released outfielder Nick Castellanos. In college hoops, North Carolina star freshman Caleb Wilson is out indefinitely with a fracture in his non-shooting hand. I'm Dan Beyer.
Yo.
Hey, hey, hey.
Whoa.
Welcome to the show. Showgram, program, Covino Rich time. Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
With Danny G, the super producer, Iowa Sam. Is he the coolest guy ever? Yes, Iowa Sam on the ones and twos.
There it is.
We got spot on the videos, Covino and Rich FSR. Dan Byers got your updates, the consummate professional. We are Covino and Rich, and we do it every Thursday. We start the weekend. It's a weekend of love. Happy Valentine's Week, Papa.
Ooh.
We got President's Day weekend coming up. It begins today with Old School and 50 hits, Rich.
Oh, Lover's Weekend. Is that why you're wearing your Bobby Valentine fake mustache?
That's right. And we be rocking out. Let's go. If you miss any of today's show, you want to catch the podcast, search Covino and Rich wherever you get your podcasts. And, of course, you can watch what you hear right now. You can see my Bobby Valentine mustache. You can hang out with us live and chat it up live at youtube.com, at Covino and Rich FSR, at Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. So I'm Steve. That is Rich. Let's go.
In honor of Valentine's Day weekend, as a Mets fan, should I buy a Dick Lovelady jersey?
You mean you don't already have one?
Do you think anyone's bought that simply because it's the coolest name in baseball right now?
How long was he on the Mets? Not very long.
A little stint, but they re-signed them.
So anyway, yeah, might as well buy one. It's the week of love, and we love you, Fox Sports Radio Nation. You know, hold that thought because maybe we'll talk about that more on Overpromised, our bonus pod, which premieres today, a brand new episode, our first since Super Bowl. That's right here on the YouTube page live right after this show, okay? So at 4 on the West, 7 on the East, Overpromised with Covino and Rich. And if you missed our interviews from Super Bowl, they're also there on the YouTube page, Covino and Rich FSR. So we're going to throw it back on a Thursday like we always do at 50. We're going to talk about your parents. Little James Van Der Beek tribute. We'll explain. Rest in peace, Van Der Beek. And we got to talk NBA right now.
No, we are, but I just saw breaking news.
Oh. Does it have to do with Nancy Guthrie?
No, there's no Nancy Guthrie, but the NBA can wait because I'll be honest, I've been waiting on the NBA to be exciting for a while, so that could wait for a second. I just saw a headline that must be addressed because you just said it is a weekend of love.
Weekend of love.
Sex-mad Winter Olympic stars. They had to order an extra 10,000 condoms.
Why is there always like some sort of condom story around the Olympics?
Every 4 years.
Olympic Village, they get all horned up. I get all that. But there seems to be a new story every Olympics.
They had to promise extra supplies because they're running out.
Man, how horned up are Olympic athletes?
Listen, their testosterone and estrogen and whatever we got in our bodies are pumping, dude. Young athletes in their prime.
Jeez Louise. Hey, at least they're safe, right?
Hey, have fun. But I did want to bring up, for all this Olympic sex. Remember the Adam Sandler of these people having sex or working out? It's a great game.
Yeah, with Barry Lincoln.
With all these Olympians who are just specimens, ripped dudes, totally in shape women, just being like, you, me, and you. Have we ever learned of like an Olympic baby that's just like a super athlete? If all these countries of all stars from countries around the world, if all these stars are having Olympic sex, shouldn't we somewhere along the lines learned of this little Olympian, this little star athlete? It's like, my mom was a Norwegian bobsledder, and my dad was from Chile, and he was,
Well, your parents were close, because wasn't your dad a ping pong star? Almost recruited
It's true.
to the Olympic team?
My dad, huge ping pong
Your
star.
mom brought down the stock a little
I'm
bit.
sorry. It's true.
She's a great woman, but she was no ping pong star like Rich's dad.
But isn't it shocking that there is not a story of like,
and by the way,
mom
that's
and
a
dad
true
were in
story.
the Olympics?
Rich's dad was scouted for
Olympic ping pong.
Olympic
Not even joking.
ping pong.
He's that good.
He's fantastic.
Fun fact about my dad, Iowa Sam, I do not BS you.
He'll school you.
Years ago, we were in New York City, and there was a ping pong bar called Spin. It might still be there, for all I know. We decided to have a listener event. And we're like, all right, Mike, a March Madness bracket. First 64 guys that sign up, we're going to have a bracket, a ping pong tournament. And my dad's like, oh, I'll play. Would you believe my dad not only breezed through it, he whooped everyone and won the whole thing?
He schooled hundreds
dad's
of
like
our
70.
listeners in a tournament. Yeah. It was embarrassing.
It's like Forrest
His dad
Gump.
is like Forrest Gump. And
It's one of those sports that you can play well into your like age. Like the mobility is, if you don't have to have mobility, you can play it in a chair if you. Well, not really, but
Asian scouts used to watch Rich's dad play for sure.
wow.
It's wild.
True story. So I'm not even exaggerating, but I'm sure there's plenty of stories of this, Rich, because any great athlete, not all the time, but there's a lot of moments where, and their parents were either an ex-pro and the mom was an Olympian. Like, there's always some story like
Who
that.
is the great Simone Biles, who my daughter loves watching videos of Simone Biles? Who's her fiance or husband in the NFL? Come on, someone fill in the blanks for me. Because I'm a
the
bird
defender
brain.
for the Chicago Bears.
Who is it, Dan Byer?
Is it Jonathan Jones? Is that?
I'm sorry I put everyone on the spot. I
Yeah.
didn't mean to.
Jonathan Owens.
Yeah, you
Jonathan
got the
Owens.
first name right.
Owens.
Yeah.
But you're telling me if they don't have a child, that child isn't blessed with just like Olympic, like we're talking
Potential.
athletic genetics. Like look at the Watt family.
You think
Look
that
at-
of course, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree,
Well,
right? Chip off the old
we
blockhead,
saw
as they say.
Amaron St. Brown's
But it's
dad
not always a
in-
guarantee, a la Michael Jordan,
in-
right? It's not always a guarantee.
Well-
but you have a greater chance. You come from great genetics. There's going to be great opportunity for them.
I'm just saying, Amaron St. Brown's dad was like a, Mr. Olympia. The Currys, we can name the Manning, sports families all the time. I'm just shocked with all these stories of all this Olympic loving going on where they have to order tens of thousands of condoms. Like they've trained 4 years for an event, yet just proving no matter how much you want to focus on something,
They're really what they're doing.
people
is
can't keep it in
they're-
their pants.
They're blocking all this potential for the future. That's what's happening here.
I'm just saying, you train 4 years. Like, I've been doing downhill skiing for the last 4 years to get set for this. They see some hot ass pass, and that distracts you?
Yeah. God bless these Olympians.
So all I'm saying is that I'm surprised we don't see more Olympic babies that are like a combination
Well, it's because
of...
they're all practicing safe sex. We established
I
why.
guess so.
And it's a known fact, Rich, when people actually push themselves in fitness,
Yeah.
that you do get a little bit wound up.
Really?
Yeah. When
Yeah.
you push yourself.
Is that a sneak diss at me?
Spot.
Yeah,
Spot.
If you go to the
push
gym and you
yourself.
really push hard, it's like you're in like endorphins and
Like
your
you have
hormones.
to, you have to
are-
break a sweat, right?
Yeah, you have to break a sweat. You have to like really push
Are you
yourself.
really going to go with me right
Put
now?
your mind to
the
it,
guy that
go
needs
for it.
the guy that needs a new
I
surgery
love
every
how
6
that's
months?
I love how that's your go-to like backup when it still doesn't change the fact that you don't push yourself. in
How
the
is it
gym.
my go-to backup when you're mocking my workout, saying I don't work out hard enough, but in the last year you're scheduled for 3 surgeries?
Man, way to make
What
it
is,
awkward.
but what does that tell you? Should
I
I
don't
work
know.
out harder? Should I follow your lead?
Yeah, I mean, your 49ers are all crumbling. They all need to have surgeries.
Yeah, maybe they should get on Rich's Pee Wee Herman workout.
Yeah, maybe if they like
La,
really
la,
put
la,
in
la,
minimal
la, la.
effort, maybe they'd be able to play.
See what happened there? He was allowed to make fun of me, but when I went back at him, you guys all got silent. Like, oh, he's going
No,
extra
you brought it
spot.
there, so I had to continue.
Yeah,
with
I
it.
was sensing tension, but in a related story, The U.S. was able to slip another one past the goalie. They're up 5-1 on Latvia. So there it is.
They slipped one past the
Slipping
goal.
out. There you go, DB. What do you
I
say?
Thank
I guess
you, Dan
the new shipment hasn't arrived yet.
Yeah. Thank you, Dan.
All right.
And
well,
by the way, that story deserves some context. Spot, our video guy here at Fox Sports, our longtime pal and producer of our Patreon, he found fitness later in life and got in shape real quick. Well, it seemed real quick, but it wasn't. It was a journey. I get it. But he pushed himself so hard, so fast, that his body couldn't keep up, or you could say he's getting older. He needs a few surgeries now. So, that's a question in itself. Is that him just pushing too hard or not? And then the criticism is that Rich doesn't push himself at all. So, of course, he's not getting worked up, and he's not all horned up like these Olympians.
I thought you were going to say pushed him to swingers clubs.
so you said,
Oh, yeah, that too.
I mean, the guy's horned up.
That's why he's so horned up.
All right. Well,
What about all that time Spot spent living next to a power plant? Is that why he's getting the surgery?
That
perhaps,
could be it. That could be it.
perhaps his time
I
in the
live,
bay.
I live next to the LA River, which is just a cement sort of chute that carries water.
You know what?
Radioactive water.
Yeah.
Who knows? All right,
Hey, you
well,
know what, though, Rich? Like you said, it's a week of love. It's Valentine's week. There's a lot of loving going on. No one's really talking about it when it comes to the Olympics. And it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Hot, young,
in shape.
horned up, in shape Olympians all in one place. And it seems to come up, in some weird article every year. And once again, without fail.
I have one last question, then we'll get into real stuff. I apologize.
Yeah,
We'll talk.
because nobody's giving love to the NBA right now.
We'll talk NBA. I have an AI thought. We'll talk some Tom Brady. There's a lot to get to. We're going to talk about your team a little bit today, Danny G. The Raiders. Clint Kubiak already making an impact, so we'll talk a little of everything today. Baseball before you know it. But I do have a thought. On Dancing with the Stars, there's always a controversy where someone ends up breaking up with their long-term spouse or partner because you dance closely with someone like that, sparks fly, and something always happens. Like every season on Dancing with the Stars, I don't watch the show. I just always read that.
Now dancing the cha-cha.
No. Now dancing the Paso Doble. Covino. But there's always someone that
Ooh, this song gets me all worked up, Sam.
there's always someone that cheats on someone because you're dancing and you're all up
Yeah.
on someone,
My
right?
theory is everyone's all horned up.
Well, here's my thought. Do you think everyone that does couples figure skating has to just get with each other in the beginning to get it out of the way?
No,
'Cause
I
you're
don't
that-
know.
no.
I don't know. Maybe, Rich. I don't know. I don't know. You got to keep it professional sometimes, and sometimes the evil, what do we call it? The evil peen gets in the way and makes you do things you don't want to
I'm
do.
just saying, if Dance with the Stars is a couple months and they can't resist each other because much like Olympians, they can't keep it in their pantalones. You're telling me that you see these people all up on each other doing couples figure skating? You don't think
That's why, not to get in people's head, Fox Sports Radio, I'm sure your old lady, as they say, is a great woman, and vice versa, ladies.
The old lady.
I know your man is probably the best in the world, but when anyone refers to their coworker as their office wife or my work husband,
It's my work husband. That's
that
not good.
is like, I don't like that ever, because that leads to shenanigans. I'm not a fan of it. Oh, your work husband, huh? Mental note. Something's going on.
Keep an eye on Gary.
Yeah, Gary from accounting. Yeah, work husband. I don't like it. So I'm, anytime someone works too closely together, there's potential there. There's
you think
there's tension.
Do you think a wife ever wants to hear her guy refer to someone as his work wife?
Hell no.
Especially if she's hot. Imagine
Yeah,
that.
you want to see her work husband and realize that he's non-threatening, like the most non-threatening guy ever.
Only time you would be okay if your wife was like, yeah, I got a work husband, and you see him and he looks like the revolting blob from Billy Madison.
P.S. He's horny.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that what we're getting at is anytime you put good-looking people or horned-up people in one place, working intimately for too long of a time, anything could happen.
Yeah.
And shenanigans take place.
And the only reason we bring it up is because it's Valentine's Day week, and I just saw, as we were having this conversation.
What was the shipment amount again?
I was going to say, as we were having this conversation, starting the show, I got a quick alert on my phone. It said,
you got condom alerts on your phone?
As Rocky Balboa said, condominiums?
Rich has smut alerts.
I don't use them. Sex Mad Winter Olympians are given 10,000 extra condoms as organizers promise extra supplies are on the way. as if they're like,
help is on the way.
You know what that reminds me of, Rich? What was that show? Rich is a big fan of like really trashy TV, like trash TV.
This Olympics thing sounds like a reality TV show.
No,
Why
but
is it?
there's a show, I forget if it was like Love Island or something, where these kids, they're all, all horned up and they're all excited. They're all young and handsome, good looking. And they're on this island for like a day, and they're all acting like they're freaking out because they're not getting it.
oh, no, yeah, it's the one where that little.
Yeah, that's the one where they have to.
Yeah, Danny, it's the one where that.
It's been 6 hours.
Danny,
I'm going crazy.
Yeah, they can't hook up with anybody.
It's the one where the. I just made a weird symbol with my hands. I don't know what I'm doing. It's that cone that pops up, and it has a voice. It's like,
Yes.
Hi. You can't win the money if you touch each other. And all these like 20-somethings.
Temptation Island?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But they're there for like not even a day, but they're all losing their mind
They're
because they gotta
freaking
get
out.
some.
Meanwhile, like married people are
Yo,
like,
man,
oh,
this is torture, bro.
these young people making it seem like a week without anything is torture. Meanwhile, married people everywhere are like, a week without? Oh,
So,
you mean like
hey.
a regular week?
That's called peace and quiet.
Yeah.
Good for them, Rich.
Yeah,
Good
well,
for
anyway,
them.
enough smut.
The Olympians are there like, when's the new shipment coming in? I can't take it
Didn't
anymore.
you just train 4 years? Yeah, but I saw some hot piece of booty from Japan. Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Crazy, man.
All right, well, hey, Covino and Rich, just making observations, just explaining. The Olympians are doing their thing right now.
Too hot to handle, Rich.
That's what it is.
That was
Too
it.
hot to handle.
Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. So that brings us to the NBA. You have any thoughts on the Olympians? Let us know at 877-99 on Fox.
Listen, I figured it was pertinent. It all tied together. It's Valentine's Day week. The Olympics are the only thing keeping our attention, and I saw that headline,
By
so
the way,
bam.
on a personal note, Mike, who runs this place? Not that
Who?
there was Mike, who runs this place. Or should I say
heard of him.
Lance Romance? My goodness, he made me feel like the most underachiever ever. He's like, I'm all ready for Valentine's weekend. I was like, what do you got? Your Mr. Nose underwear all dusted off?
Oh,
What
he
do
bought
got?
that underwear with the elephant trunk?
I was like, what do you got? Yeah.
Definitely edible.
Bro.
Definitely edible underwear.
No, I got my edible ones. He's got like all these elaborate plans all figured out. And I'm like, yo, I haven't even started. What's today? Thursday? Oh my God. He's like, I don't want to give his business out
He's
there,
not here
but-
today because he's already throwing rose petals around his house.
I'm like, damn, dude. I was like, are you in the doghouse or something? He's like, no, but I just, bring the romance. I was like, dang. So if you guys need some motivation to step your game up, trust me, there's guys like Mike out there that are willing to do it.
Damn.
So step it up and
All
get
right.
ready.
Well, let's turn our attention to the NBA now. Now that we got the Olympic.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
yeah.
Even when you want to, because what was our intention? To start off the show talking about the NBA. Even if you want to, the NBA feels like something that you keep pushing off, like a homework assignment, or I got to study for something, or whatever it is that you don't want to do.
Oh, I've been hearing shows on the network talk about the Steelers for an hour.
Dude,
We're going to get to
because-
the NBA, but the Steelers.
Danny G, you know what I equate the NBA to in my mind on Fox Sports Radio? I finally got it done, but you know how long I put off getting new gutters for my house? I finally did it. It's like the thing you don't want to spend money on. It's a chore.
Or
It's
that
annoying.
room you've been meaning to paint, but you're just like,
Like you know
maybe
that
next
you know
week.
that outlet in everyone's room that doesn't have the outlet cover on it, and you're like, oh, I gotta go to Home Depot. It's $2. I gotta put that on. But you never do it.
Our intention was to kick off the show, talk about the NBA, but you know what? There's a part of us that's reluctant to, because it's like, you know why? It's just something's missing, man. Something's wrong with it. The NBA is not broken, but it's in trouble.
You want to talk about what Joey Porter Sr. said about Big Ben?
Please.
Instead, no.
I mean,
Let's
anything.
do it.
But no,
Anything.
that's what's going on. You guys are absolutely right. Right now, even some of the NBA fans I know are like, man, I'm just going to wait until after the All-Star break and
Well,
hopefully things pick up.
Here's where I had this epiphany, too. And you're right. It will pick up after the All-Star break. At least that's our hope, right?
Yeah.
I made this point the other day. I said I sit at home for hours sometimes watching one-on-one, like the professor or this guy MK, one-on-one basketball tournaments, trash-talking one-on-one competitions.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of trash-talking young kids on the playground because it's fun. Because I like basketball, and I like to play basketball, and I really do love basketball.
Would you go as
But
far as
I'd
to say
rather watch-
basketball is my favorite sport?
I like the way they dribble up and down the court. My point is, it's not that I don't want to watch basketball. I'm watching amateurs play street basketball one-on-one tournaments on social media because I love the trash talking. I love the fire they bring, the fun they bring. I'd rather watch that than some actual NBA basketball at times. And the question is, well, why is that? Because there seems to be a buzz where a lot of people feel that way. It's not just us. You know, The Pistons are great. They're 40-13. Celtics not too far behind them. I don't feel a lot of people are talking about it. We're from the East Coast. The Knicks are 35-20. And I think the theory goes like this. There's a multitude, is that the word?
Great word.
Of reasons as to why. I don't think you could just say it's just one thing. And Rich, you said this off the air, and I agree with you. It's like a breakup. Sometimes it's not just that one thing or that one fight that led you to the breakup.
Yeah.
It's a collection of things.
Someone will
but if
ask,
you think it is one thing, by all means, let us know, because there's so many reasons as to why I think the NBA has left a bad taste in our mouth.
I think a lot of times in a breakup, someone will ask you, like, oh, why'd you guys end it? What happened? And they're expecting some monumental, like, yeah, I caught her cheating, or like, she was terrible to me. Or you always think there's some type of monumental reason as to why the breakup happened.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like 10 little things add up. And right now, I have a list of some NBA things that I think all have compiled. For years, people have argued about load management. In fact,
that has to be
you said the other day you looked at a Lakers lineup that you couldn't believe was on the floor.
A bunch of nobodies from Nowhereville when they were playing the Spurs, Danny G.
Yeah, I don't have
Granted,
I don't have the lineup in
LeBron-
front of me. It was all the bench players
Yeah.
that normally would go in the fourth quarter during a blowout.
In
Those
fact,
were the
Danny
starters.
G sent me the starters. He was like, I was like, who the hell's that? And again, LeBron's out, Luka's out.
It was a Kobe we never heard of.
Yeah. So load management, all these injuries all the time. You got fans going there spending money to see their favorite players, and you're taking that risk. Are they playing or not? We had a buddy from out of town in the studio the other day, and luckily LeBron played that night, but there was like a feeling of, is he even playing?
Well, there was no Luka. I mean, there's
Right.
never going to be a full lineup.
Here was the Lakers starters versus the Spurs. Kobe Buffkin, Luke Kennard, Jake LaRavia, Rui, and Jackson Hayes. So Rui, okay, but the rest, yeah. You ever heard of Kobe Buffkin?
That's the L.A. Lakers,
Kobe
dude.
Blumpkin?
Oh, and you know what?
Buffkin.
I know, Rich, we were talking about this before the show, and I know you wrote down a bunch of reasons, and load management has to be a top one.
Yeah.
Just rubs people the wrong way. And we get it. But how about this? I saw something else, too, and I agree completely. I saw a theory, again, social media theory, but I agree with it, and it was, have young NBA players forgotten how to celebrate? Is it a young athlete sort of thing, or is it just in the NBA? Where you see so much fire. Like the most fire and fury we've seen recently was that brawl that we were talking about the other day. But, for example, when the Oklahoma City Thunder won last year, there was like no celebration.
They high-fived each other
Yeah,
they won a random game in May.
Are we lying? Are we lying? How could we be excited about something when they don't even seem excited about it?
What about this?
How about the Legends always putting down today's game? That doesn't help. That's another one.
That's another thing. Let me add one more. Not that we care about awards that much, but like the MVP. The MVP is going to be someone that doesn't deserve it, because don't the new rules, Danny G, not allow someone to even be a possibility if they haven't played a certain number of games?
Yeah, exactly.
So the
LeBron does not qualify.
Like there's certain people that are like, oh, they don't even qualify anymore? Oh, okay.
So is there one thing for you, or is it just a collection of things? Do you have LeBron fatigue? Like, what is it?
Yeah.
Because the truth is, we all love basketball. We want to watch the NBA. You know what it feels like, Rich? It feels like Stranger Things, like finishing the last season for me. Like, yeah, I want to watch, but there's something preventing me from caring enough.
Like you like, oh, tonight's the night, and then you sit down and you start scrolling through other stuff on Netflix. You're like, no, I came here to watch the final Stranger Things season, and you end up watching like the new Burt Kreischer show.
Was it one thing for you, or just a collection of things? There's more things we could add to the list.
Oh, you know what? If you want to be, to quote one of my favorite Disney movies with my kids, Wreck-It Ralph. If you want to be Fix-It Felix, hey, if you were Fix-It Felix, how are we fixing the NBA? What is the fix that's needed?
I got one, but it's too late now. If some monster trade did go down before the deadline, I think we would have got a lot more buzz for the NBA. I think Giannis especially, like Giannis. The fact that he ended up staying, I appreciate the loyalty, but it was really anticlimactic.
Yeah. So, you know what? Your thoughts, how would you, quote, fix it, Felix? 877-99 on Fox. We'll take your feedback next. The NBA a bunch of little things seem to be adding up.
It feels like it's in a little trouble right now.
And it's not just us, because I saw Dan Patrick, I saw Rich Eisen, I think I saw Nick Wright had like his qualms, saying that he had a good suggestion that we'll go over later. But all that and more, NBA thoughts, we'll do it next here on Fox Sports Radio.
Ready to tackle your financial goals with Webull? You don't have to just sit on the sidelines. Whether you're a rookie or a pro, Webull puts you in the game with tools to help you make the moves you want. Trade stocks, options, ETFs, or play the long game with cash management and retirement accounts, all on one platform, Webull.
Webull pairs advanced analytics with real-time data so you could read the defense, adjust your strategy, stay in control. And now they have AI. Meet Vega, the personal assistant. You could ask things like, analyze my watch list. What's the outlook for this stock? And get real-time stock analysis, volatility insights, and fundamentals that turn complex signals into plain English.
Want a wider view of the field? Use Portfolio X-Ray to spot trends, manage risk, and optimize the performance of your portfolio. Stop punting your financial future. Join Webull's community to discuss markets, trending topics, and ideas with fellow investors.
Download the Webull app today, or mobile or desktop. Webull, Webull, or visit Webull.com.
Webull Financial LLC, member SIPC FINRA. Investing involves risk. For more information, visit Webull.com/disclosures.
Fernando Mendoza, he's all the buzz, especially this weekend.
I often wonder if we didn't do what we did, if we weren't on iHeart and Fox and all the things we do, would I be on social media as much? Do I use it as an excuse, like, well, it's for work, like, or would I just still be like scrolling? I don't know.
Oh man, it's killing our brains. Our attention spans is so bad. It's getting worse. And you have to ask yourself, when you're on and when you're posting, am I sharing or bragging? Right? Because you see a lot of bragging, but you're still watching and it's gross, and then you hate yourself afterward. But this weekend, the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, number 5 Oregon at number 1 Indiana, Fernando Mendoza is all the buzz. And he said this week that he has no social media. And I want to know, in today's world, when you see a young player who says everything right and seems so likable, when he says something like this, do you say, right on, man, I like him even more? Or do you think something else? Take a listen.
And keep it to my process and keep it to my routine and not change it too much, and also not really having social media. I only have LinkedIn and YouTube on my phone right now. It's really helped put things in perspective and keep all the opinions of in the building opinions. So I'm not online reading, oh, Fernando's great, Fernando sucks. I'm listening to what my quarterback coach, Coach Chandler Whitmer, says, and thinks, and what the quarterbacks in our room think. So that is where my focus is, and that's how I've been able to play my best football so far. And
first of all, can I get the obvious out of the way? I do want to applaud him.
Maturity.
For the maturity.
Wow.
Daring to be different, putting it down, having the restraint, the discipline, for being a great role model. I mean, he's so lovable, this kid. But at the same time, because what we're learning, Rich, as we mature, is that two things can be true, right? Yeah. So for as much as I commend him, and I do.
That's, not being on social media when you're the starting quarterback, Heisman Trophy winner, with all the options in the world, and probably partnerships that want to do business with you, and they're like, oh, but you're not on social. Like, it's
how about just curiosity, right? Yeah. What are people saying? Who's interested in me?
All these bigger things. Man.
I do find it more odd, being a young person, to not have a social media footprint.
Yeah, I have some buddies that are younger, that are in the dating world, and if they bump into a girl and they tell a woman, yeah, I'm just not on social, that's like a red flag. Like, what do you mean you're not on social? Like, they think you're hiding something, like you're a serial killer.
I think it's an immediate red flag in today's world, because you don't have to use it, right? Because we tend to abuse it. But if you don't have a presence, if you don't have an Instagram, if you don't have a Facebook page, I understand TikTok may be too young, or Snapchat too young for some of you, but if you don't have it, it says that you're trying to hide something in a weird way. No, like people that I know that don't have these things makes me say, like I have an ex-girlfriend, seriously.
Who are you running from?
Yeah, no, but I have one ex-girlfriend. You can't find her online.
She murdered someone.
No image search, no nothing, no social media. And you know what it says to me? What happened?
Never got over you.
Yeah, man, I must have really.
She gained 200 pounds just sitting there eating ice cream, thinking about Steve Covino.
I
miss him.
Ruined this poor woman.
I miss him.
No, but you know what? It says to me that she's hiding from something. She's running away from the world. And it might not mean that, but it does scream that if you think about it.
You know what I find funny? Did you hear what he said he does have? YouTube, so he does watch videos.
Yeah.
He said LinkedIn. What is he applying for a job after college? Like, hey, Raiders, hold your pick. I have an interview with this accounting firm. LinkedIn?
Well, you know what's ironic about that?
Do you have a LinkedIn?
We're radio bozos for a living. I don't have a LinkedIn. I have everything else. I don't have a LinkedIn, which is ironic about the whole thing because he has one. And what's he using it for? I don't know. To connect, I guess. But yeah, maybe endorsement deals could go through that. But he's got agents for that and people guiding him the right way. You know, what does it say to you when you meet someone in today's world if they have no social media? Does it matter how old they are?
Could we break down the different social medias real quick?
Yeah, I think we should. And I do think it matters how old they are because I do see a pushback of kids. You know how kids are like, we don't go to Facebook because they think that's for old people. They're trying to put it down a little bit more and live life. They want more memories. They want more tangible. They want more substance. They're at least trying because they know that something's not right with the way we're living now. Welcome back to the Showgram program. Covino and Rich, the world famous CNR. Perhaps you heard of us all week, basically. You heard Fernando Gate.
Oh, yeah.
It's all the buzz.
It's the buzz everywhere.
It's all the buzz. Stu Gotts can't stop talking about it. Anyway, we're that show. And if you missed any of our interviews, the ones we actually had from Super Bowl, we had a blast out there. They're all on YouTube, Covino and Rich FSR. In fact, follow now, subscribe now for free. Send it to a friend. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube, because right after the show, an hour and a half from now, we go live on Overpromised. It's our bonus podcast, and I'll tell you this. We're going to talk some WWE.
Oh.
Who might be asked this week? It might be you. Who might be asked, we'll let you know. Plus, if you got the NFL blues, no more football, the NFL blues, we're going to fix that for you on Overpromised right after this show, right on YouTube. But we're streaming live right now so you can watch what you hear. I'm Covino, that is Rich. Danny G's here. Sam, Spotty's on the videos. Dan Byers got your update in just a few minutes. But the question is, Fox Sports Radio Nation, is the NBA in trouble and why?
Well, what do they need to do? If you were to fix it, what's your solution? Let's solve problems.
877-99 on Fox. And if there was a problem, I'll solve it. We're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. And have you ever wiped with a piece of dry toilet paper, Rich, and wondered, is it as good as it gets?
No, it's
not.
Terrible.
Switch to life-changing wet, extra-large, flushable Dude Wipes because wetter just cleans better. Available on Amazon and all major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes. Best clean, pants down.
All right. Let's go to your feedback right now at 877-99 on Fox. Whether or not the NBA is in trouble, that's for you to decide.
I haven't even mentioned, I think, the number one. It's either load management or the fact that everybody in the league thinks they're Steph Curry. I'm not the guy that's saying Steph Curry ruined the game, or as you would say, ruined. But when everyone's throwing up threes, go to any playground in the country, you'll see the impact Steph Curry had on the league. Everyone's throwing up threes. It changes the game, and it's less fun as a result because not everybody is Steph Curry. So that's a obvious reason. Is that the reason, or is there more? Is there a way you could fix it? Let us know.
You know what, though, Covino? I think the youngsters would rather see threes be shot up than, like, a lot of defense that the Thunder play. And you know what I'm saying? Like, the Thunder haven't won the NBA title by jacking up tons of threes.
I think you said something that I hate giving you credit, but
why? Give me the credit, bro.
The vibe of excitement isn't there when a team is winning. They're a little too cool, like just gentle high fives. Or like I don't know. I'm not seeing like a passion level or rivalries or feuds. Give me the feud in the NBA right now. Give me the feud.
Like the fight a few nights ago.
That's what I said. And they were fined and suspended. I'm like, yo, they should be giving them high fives and bonuses.
But what's the feud
that
right
was
now?
The most excitement I've seen in the NBA.
Like,
most passion and fury I've seen in months.
If you told me, like, you can name other sports and tell me sweet division rivals or, legacy rivalries. Give me one in the NBA right now that excites you. Like, who's playing who? And you're like, oh, I got to watch.
Well, Thunder and Spurs is what NBA fans like to see this season.
Those are your two teams that you feel like would be the favorites out of the West. But is there really any bad blood or history there? We're trying to learn to think that's
we should be talking more about how dominant the Pistons have been playing, how scary they seem to be in the NBA. But instead, we're talking about Olympic sex, right? So what is it about the NBA that's turned you off? How do we fix it? And by the way, we're not saying, hey, we're done with the NBA. Hell no. I want to love the NBA. I want to get back into it. We want you to feel the same way. So let's chop it up. Let's get to the phones. Let's say, what's up? 877-99 on Fox.
How many people in Olympic Village you think have said, keep the medal on?
Just the medal.
Just the medal. All right, Danny G, who do we got, man?
Let's start in the state where basketball was invented, Massachusetts. James is on.
What's up, James?
Yo, what up, James?
Hey, guys.
Yo.
I think it's the physicality. I think that you took away the physicality out of the game, and it's literally taking the competitive fire out of somebody.
Yeah,
I mean, we've all been out. We've all been out there. We've all been out there. You go and mess around. You want to go shoot around. Yeah, whatever. But
when Danny G said that, when Danny G said, but I think the kids want to see these threes, and maybe he's right because they're playing that way, and that's what they like. But when you're doing that, you are taking away the physicality from the game. You're not driving to the lane. You're shooting the ball. Hey, if I'm playing a game of pickup, Danny G, and I don't want to get hurt, and I don't really want to break a sweat, I'm shooting too. I'm the old guy on the court.
Yeah, it's just hard to put your finger on right now because SGA drives to the hoop all the time, and people have something to say about that because they think he's trying to draw too many fouls.
I'll be honest, like, you know me. I always have an answer. But much like Kanye and Sway back in the day, I don't got the answer, Sway. I don't have the answer. I wish I had the answer as to like why I'm less interested.
You know what else
like,
I've seen?
I'm really trying to. I'm telling you,
there is a buzz.
I've tried to pinpoint it, man. I really have. I've tried to say to myself, what is it that I'm not randomly trying to find an NBA game on a Tuesday night when I'm chilling at home? What is it like? Dan
a lot
Byer,
of people are. There's a lot of buzz on social media too because I try to follow like the trends and what's going on and what are people saying about it. And there's a buzz that it's a young man's game, so it's really not. It's not relatable to anyone in their, not even that's old, but in their 40s for the most part. It's like they're marketing more to a younger mindset.
Is that possible? I don't know. What's up, DB?
I think, to me, what changed for our generation, and this isn't for the younger generation, but our generation, was when we started comparing LeBron and Michael Jordan and Jordan's 6 rings, which put all the importance of the NBA season on the 2 months at the end of the year, the playoffs. And then for some years during LeBron's time, it was only the finals. Like, we didn't even care. The regular season didn't matter. The first couple of rounds didn't matter. The Cavs weren't going to be losing. And I'm talking about a second stint that he had in Cleveland. They were bound to meet the Warriors in the finals, right? So, like, those seasons were just complete washes because we felt like we knew what the ending was going to be. And I had the Bucks season of them winning a title, but honestly, it's difficult to come back from that, to find it exciting again when we put so much weight on rings and championships in the playoffs.
You are so dead on because it's the opposite of the NFL, where week to week we are so invested in the outcomes of week 7 in the NFL. Meanwhile, you're right, the LeBron and MJ comparisons put such an overemphasis on, is he going to catch MJ 6 rings? Guess what? John Stockton and Karl Malone never won a ring. I really liked watching them. Patrick Ewing and the Knicks and John Starks and
Reggie
Anthony
Miller.
Mason. They were great. And Reggie Miller and the Indiana Pacers and Barkley, Ainge, and Marley and that team with the Suns. They never won anything. Sean Kemp and the Sonics. Portland Trailblazers with Clyde the Glide. They were teams you like watching play that never won anything.
But they were battling.
You watched them throughout the season and still enjoyed it. We almost had this emphasis that if you're not going to win the NBA Finals or like catch someone,
then it doesn't
what's
matter.
the point?
And
Yes.
it also feels like nothing matters till the playoffs. It also feels like nothing matters until the last 2 minutes of the game. It feels like nobody's playing defense, and that's the stuff we're used to, right? I see some of the scores, Danny G. Sometimes I'm just, looking at the scores. They look like all-star game scores. So it's like, is anyone playing defense or just hitting threes the whole time?
I bet you guys couldn't name the rookie who's on the heels of Cooper Flagg right now for the Rookie of the Year race. And I think the disconnect between us and the youngsters in the NBA is before, when they stayed at one college program for a long time, we kind of built a rapport with them and followed them. And that doesn't happen anymore. Now they come right to the NBA.
I think that's a way, and that may be the generational thing too. That's happened for a while now. Like there is just.
But I
not
think
been
that's still part of the disconnect between us and the brand new players coming in.
I almost consider men's college basketball a different sport than the NBA.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. The way you watched NFL, the way you watch college players, then
it's
you
not the sport,
anticipate
it's the product.
The way you anticipate a college star football player getting into the NFL. I don't feel that same way about college hoops going to the NBA.
Yeah, there's so much. If you're a 22-year-old in college basketball, you're probably not even wanted in the NBA. Like they would have wanted you at 18 and 19 and 20 years old. The 22-year-old senior going to the NBA is such a rare case because of the needs of both leagues. And to Danny's point, maybe that's part of it. Maybe that's of the NBA with the type of player that they're bringing in that we just aren't familiar with. That could be a gateway or an entry point why we're not interested. But I think it's an enormous question. I don't think that you can pinpoint one thing on why the NBA is.
Well, the reason we bring it up,
not as
obviously,
interesting.
is the NFL Blues are here, and we're trying to shift our focus. And I'm more excited about the WBC, and that starts next month. So we got to get excited about the NBA.
Yeah, well, let's go to Dan By for an update. We'll see what's going on in the world of sports. What's up, DB?
It's a final now from the Winter Olympics. U.S. men's hockey team getting a win in their opener against Latvia. 5-1 was the final. Canada beat Czechia earlier today, 5-0. Chloe Kim looking for her third straight gold in the women's halfpipe. The American snowboarder fell short. She won silver in today's event. Speaking of the NBA, Jaren Jackson Jr. of the Jazz will miss the rest of the season. Had surgery to remove a growth in his knee. Team expects him to be fine for training camp. Spurs guard De'Aaron Fox is replacing Bucks forward Giannis Antetokounmpo for this Sunday's All-Star game. Jeremy Sohan signing with the New York Knicks. Thunder guard Jalen Williams out tonight against Milwaukee with a strained hamstring. Phillies released outfielder Nick Castellanos. Dodgers gave Max Muncy a one-year extension worth $10 million. Kike Hernandez is also back with L.A. At the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am, Rio Hisatsune is at 10 under par. Rory McIlroy and Scotty Scheffler also playing in the signature event. Rory is 6 shots back of I got to get this right, guys. Hisatsune is at 10 under. Rory is at 4 under. Scotty Scheffler is at even par. North Carolina freshman star Caleb Williams out indefinitely with a fracture in his non-shooting hand. Back to you guys.
That sucks when you share a name with another star, huh? Caleb Williams.
Oh, did I say Williams? I'm sorry, Caleb Wilson. I'm sorry.
Caleb Wilson? Okay.
I'm glad you said it. I'm still stuck on Hisatsune.
Yeah, but I always thought anyone that was named Will Smith in the NFL, I'm like, poor guy. It's not the coolest Will Smith. All right, thank you, Dan
Thanks,
Byer.
guys.
Great update as always. Now, coming up, we are going to do a little show and tell.
Yeah, on a Throwback Thursday, we go old school and 50 hits, but a little show and tell too, and we're going to show our items right here on YouTube, Covino and Rich FSR. Covino and Rich FSR. We're not going to tell you what they are, but if you can guess what they are, then you qualify for a prize.
Yeah.
We got a prize pack available. If you can guess what they are, we'll reveal by the end of the show, okay? So a little show and tell on the show. Plus, old school and 50 hits. We got more Covino and Rich. And your phone calls and feedback. How do we fix the NBA? Why is it in trouble? We'll wrap that up next right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Well, have you ever wiped with a piece of single-ply toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets? I hope not. Well, it's not. It gets a lot better thanks to wet, extra large cleaning power of Dude Wipes. And when we say extra large, we mean business. No matter what the size of your mess from top to bottom, Dudes has you covered for a confident clean.
They comfortably clean up whatever TP leaves behind for no more maintenance wipes. Debris? No way. Irritation? Not a chance. It's time to make the trade of the season and switch from TP to wet, extra large Dude Wipes and start experiencing the confident clean of Dude Wipes, made from 100% plant-based natural fibers, coming in a variety of scents and sensations like Rich's favorite, mint chill and shea butter to protect your end zone.
Join the movement for a cleaner movement and live a skid-free life. See, there's hope for you, Covino. Available on Amazon and all major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down.
Want to talk some of the craziest sports flexes? I know you have some things on your mind, Rich.
Yeah, I mean, this Wemby thing, you saw it before me because I was like, wait, what are you guys looking at here? And I'm like, is his foot? What?
Well, like, put it in perspective. Growing up, this is when you realize, well, I guess I'm never going to make it in the NBA. Like, if you could touch the rim, that was an accomplishment. First, like, you hit the bottom of the net. You're like, all right, I'm getting some ups here.
Yeah, Covino told us he touches rim just standing up.
No.
Not toilet.
No.
Not toilet.
You're just thinking playground, right?
Honestly, you're
gymnasium, high school.
You're absolutely right. If you're just horsing around with your buddies at gym class or at the playground,
you started with the bottom. You're like, all right, I got the bottom.
I'm not going to BS shit. None of my friends could slam dunk, but it was a bragging right to be like, yo, you could touching rim was like, all right.
Touching rim was you had some ups.
Touching rim meant you were like roughly 6 foot and like you had some skills. Like, oh, I could touch rim.
And then
I can
they
dunk.
started mass producing those adjustable rims. Everyone had one. You lower it down to 8 feet. You start slamming, jamming, rip roaring, and ramming. All right, that was a game changer. But for most regular people, you barely touch rim. And now you got freaks in the NBA like Wembanyama. This dude could lift his leg.
He karate kicks it.
He could karate kick the rim.
Do you understand what we're saying here?
That's why I'm putting it in perspective. We couldn't even jump with our hands held high and hit the rim barely. This guy lifts his leg up, a little crane kick like Daniel LaRusso. He touches it with his big toe.
Look at it this way. We've seen things where it's like, yo, you've seen a guy hit his head on the backboard where you're like, yo, he's so tall that he went up for a rebound and misjudged it, and he,
ups.
Yo, sometimes
I used to pray for ups, never got any.
Danny, you've seen players like hit their head.
Oh yeah,
on like the lower part of the backboard because it just they're so big. But
LeBron was trending the other night because on one of his dunks, his head was at the rim, just above the rim, and people were like, this freak is 41 and his head's above the rim still.
To think like just a regular guy. If we went to the basketball court right now at the gym across the street, if I told you, Covino, take off from the free throw line and see if you see like how close you would even get, and then think like Michael Jordan and guys like that were taking off and dunking from there and doing pump fakes and you jump, your feet are on the ground like that quick.
So when we're seeing guys like Wembanyama now able to put their foot up to the rim, what are some other crazy sport flexes that come to mind? I got a few. I got some fun ones and some legit ones. Like what comes to mind immediately is Kurt Hennig, how he would throw a pass and catch the pass to himself because he was Mr. Perfect. Because he did everything perfect.
All right, I'll give you one for real. I'm not saying Mr. Perfect wasn't real. I'm just
wait a second.
You know how he bowled the 300, was perfect at pool. It was a great gimmick.
Mr. Perfect has a sweet three-point shot too.
I'll give you one that I always was fascinated by because as a kid, you didn't realize how much strength was needed. When Bo Jackson would break a bat over his knee or just break a bat, you'd be like, yo, like you thought about that. And you're like, oh, okay. And then you hold the bat and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, right. He broke it over his helmet.
Yeah.
Over his helmet.
You know who did it this year? I'm going to miss him a lot. Polar Bear Pete. Pete Alonso did that this year. And when you see one of these big, strong guys break a baseball bat, you're like, Or it's like a strong guy ripping a phone book. You know?
This way, if you tried to do that, you'd probably roll around in pain. So we'll get to your phone calls, your feedback, and we got more, crazy sports flexes next. But we got Ilo now with an update.
Isaac Lowenkron.
Do you mind if I real quick give you my sports flex?
Yeah, I would love it.
This is not so much as a flex as just a great story. But back in the 60s, during the peak of Muhammad Ali, the top player in the NFL and arguably the greatest running back of all time was Jim Brown. Jim Brown made it be known that he very seriously wanted to box Muhammad Ali. He thought he could legitimately beat Muhammad Ali because he was such a great athlete. Remember, he was like an epic lacrosse player in addition to being a running back. So the two of them happened to be in London at the same time, and Ali tells him to meet him in Hyde Park, which is a famous park in London. So there they are, Ali and Jim Brown, just the two of them, face to face. No handlers, no nothing. And before Jim Brown says anything, Ali starts lightly slapping him, just slapping him like this.
Yeah.
And Ali's hands were so lightning fast that Jim Brown realized.
Now, again, we're not pulling a Charles Barkley and just dumping on the game because it's not the game we grew up with. We want to love it again. And we're sort of confused as to why we're not jumping on it. Rich, you ever have like a beautiful woman?
Yeah, many times. Why? Oh,
no, but you're sitting there, you're like, I don't know, man, she's hot and everything, but I don't know. It's just something I'm just not that excited.
I got you, man.
That's how the NBA is. Grew up loving it.
Great star players, great athletes.
That's how it feels right at the moment, at least for us. And we're not alone because I feel the buzz.
And let me tell you, I'm not one of the old heads that are like, back in the day, those guys would whoop them today. In fact, I feel like if you got today's all-star team, they'd whoop previous generations just because humans have evolved and these guys play with a different athleticism.
Well, we got 2 phone calls to wrap it up, and then Old School in 50 hits.
Okay.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio, live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. And speaking of the NBA, it's time for our Tire Rack play of the day. The Spurs are unstoppable right now.
Pat Spencer takes it into the paint. His shot blocked by Victor. And here come the Spurs looking to push. Dylan Harper, right side. Harper attacking, getting downhill, lays it up for 2 more. And it's a 7-point lead for the Spurs, 103-96. And a dozen for Dylan Harper.
Somebody stop them. The Spurs are unstoppable. They beat the Warriors 126-113, courtesy of 1200 News Radio, WOAI, Spurs Radio Network. That's a Tire Rack play of the day. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free road hazard protection. You know all the good stuff. Tire Rack hooks you guys up. All at TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
And Danny G, do we want to take 2 quick phone calls, then Old School?
Yeah, let's do it really quick.
Do it really, really quick.
They've been holding. Larry in Vegas.
Larry, make it snappy. What up, Larry?
What's going on, man?
Hey, buddy.
What's up, Larry?
I'm going to say something. I'm going to address the elephant in the room. You know what it really is? I think it is.
What?
It's too many European stars. All the stars is really like Luka, Jokic, and things like that. And America, there's not really a polarizing American star that really can just hold that spotlight like that. LeBron.
Yo, Larry, that's not a crazy thought because it. Like when you say it out loud, you're like, I hope I'm not saying anything wrong. But you're right. There's no real American star, black, white, Asian. It doesn't matter. When European players have taken over, I always thought that hockey, there was a disconnect because the stars were very foreign sounding to us. Like all the names are hard to pronounce. There is something to be said about European big goonish type of guys like a Jokic taking over. I don't know.
Unfortunately, or for whatever reason, a little less relatable. And it proves what we started this conversation with. Much like a failed relationship, it's not just one thing, it's a collection of things.
All right, Rob in Tulsa, 30 seconds, buddy.
All right, guys. So, the players aren't as easy to like as they used to be, and we can't get to know them because they're not playing college, and they're getting paid incredible amounts of money, and they're just not relatable like they used to be.
Yeah, they're not relatable. It's hard to know them, and I think maybe because they're media trained and savvy, they're quiet and not maybe as open to say things that might be like, ooh, listen to what they said.
All right, now it's Old School in 50 hits. We're going to just set you up real quick. Start thinking about things you love because of your parents. And we're going to explain. It involves James Vanderbeek.
Yeah, the late, great Vanderbeek, who he lost at 48 years old. colorectal cancer. And you saw the beautiful messages from Stacy Keebler, Alfonso Ribeiro, who we found out is the godfather of one of his kids.
All the money raised for his family.
Over $1.4 million recently,
Yeah.
right? That's the last I checked on his GoFundMe. There was obviously a financial strain because of his cancer and everything else and the treatments.
And he has 6 kids.
And that's the thing. He was a great dad, husband, father, dad. 6 kids. He leaves behind 6 kids. So we started thinking of things you love because of your parents. Get to your phone calls and feedback next.
Yep.
Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture. We talk about sports. We talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking
joking.
Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best. You were dating some girl, and you were like, "Hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense." Her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the fun.
we're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, "Oh, look at that bozo over there," and I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
We start off at the U.S. as the U.S. men's hockey team played their first game of the Winter Olympics today against Latvia in Italy.
Keuchel off to Matthews, score! Second power play goal for the United States. It is now 5-1.
That would be the final on NBC. U.S. picking up a victory today in group play, as did Canada, who dropped Czechia by a score of 5-0. American snowboarder Chloe Kim took home the silver in the women's halfpipe. She was looking for 3 straight golds in that event. In the NBA, Jazz forward Jaren Jackson Jr. out for the year. He had surgery to remove a growth in his knee. De'Aaron Fox of the Spurs replacing Giannis Antetokounmpo for Sunday's NBA All-Star Game. ESPN says Pistons guard Cade Cunningham has purchased a minority share of the Texas Rangers. The Phillies today released outfielder Nick Castellanos. I'm Dan Byer.
That's us, buddy.
Thursday's the new Friday. You got a holiday weekend coming up. People are like, we do? Yeah, holiday. Celebrate.
Oh, and we're in for Dan Patrick, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
That's right. On
Let's
President's
go.
Day, Rich is going to be wearing his top hat.
Only a top hat.
Abe Lincoln style. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the hat trick begins. And, of course, it's Valentine's weekend.
I'm going to eat all weekend like that chubby president.
Oh,
yeah.
Taft. We'll stick you in a bathtub, Danny.
We're broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Remember, with the iHeart app, stream us wherever, whenever, 24/7. Make us number one on your preset with the iHeartRadio app. Again, we're Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio, rocking out on a Thursday. And on this Throwback Thursday, not only old school and 50 hits, but we're doing CNR Show and Tell. And we're not going to tell you what it is, but you can see it right here on YouTube as we speak. Covino and Rich FSR, Covino and Rich FSR. And by the looks of what we brought in, you could see where our sports mind is.
Already on baseball.
If you could predict what it is, what it is exactly, and Danny G recognizes that on the YouTube chat, Covino and Rich FSR, you qualify for a CNR prize pack, all right?
Go,
but we'll reveal at the end of the show what we brought in. Right now, it's old school when 50 hits. We do this every Thursday on this show. We throw it back and reminisce, and we get you involved at 877-99 on Fox, 877-99 on Fox, and, of course, on YouTube, like we said, Covino and Rich FSR. So it's like a two-pronged doozy, Rich, because today is also Michael McDonald's birthday. Michael McDonald with the sweetest, most buttery falsetto voice. He's like the yin to Danny G's yang. Danny G has smooth buttery on the lower end.
Yeah.
Michael McDonald, smooth buttery on the higher falsetto end. I think we could all say there's a part of a lot of our generation that really loves the yacht rock sounds of Michael McDonald because of our parents, right? And on that same note, we got to acknowledge what a great parent, father, and husband James Vanderbeek was. He said it recently when he was a young man. He identified himself as an actor, and it wasn't fulfilling. And what really fulfilled him was being a father. And he was a father of 6.
Ooh.
6 little
Brutal.
kids, which makes the story even more heart-wrenching. Rest in peace, James Vanderbeek. So, in tribute, in honor, we ask you, what are some of those things that you love because of your parents? A la Michael McDonald.
My mom still thinks he's black, by the way.
He's not?
And Daryl Hall, right? And Daryl Hall.
Yes.
There's a lot of people out there. I've heard from a lot of our black friends that they thought their whole life Daryl Hall of Hall & Oates was a black dude. And then you see this guy with a blonde pompadour, and you're, oh, my God.
Yeah,
sort of shocked.
The only reason my mom found out what Michael McDonald actually looked like was when the Sweet Freedom video came out. I was telling Spotty and I was Sam during the break. Yeah, you mind if I play that for a second?
No, it's from the Running Scared soundtrack.
Yeah,
Gregory Hunt.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo. And by the way, it's funny you bring this up because the video stands out to me too. I've never seen a guy hit falsettos like that so effortlessly, and it stood out to me even as a kid.
Yeah, it was like he wasn't even trying.
Not even trying.
We just play Michael McDonald music for the rest of the hour?
Well, again, why do we love him? Because our parents did. They played it. It was the soundtrack of our lives cruising around. We saw the Doobie Brothers on What's Happening. Ooh. So things that you love because your parents loved it too, and we got it from them.
Yeah, whether it be sports, music, shows. What did you now looking back? It's fun to look back and be like, the reason I like this is really just because like my mom or dad did, and a couple things come to mind. I think, but my dad loved Three's Company so much that to me, John Ritter like falling over a couch. I think my dad convinced me that physical comedy is where it's at, which probably is why I love Jim Carrey, which is why
that's why Rich
John
fell
Ritter.
over the chair at Super Bowl dinner in front of the bosses.
So to me, I mean, you could say just the style of comedy you like. I know that the reason I'm a 49ers fan. My dad told me and convinced me when I was a 5-year-old little kid.
Is that why I like women in lingerie, Rich? Because my dad liked Benny Hill growing up?
Possible. But my dad convinced me as a little kid, Richie, there is no one cooler than Joe Montana. So here I am. I'm like,
you know what your parents are doing? They're planting seeds. Intentionally or not, they are planting seeds.
I'm 4 or 5 years old, and there's Joe Montana. I have my little jersey on, and my dad convinced me. And hey, fast forward, 40 plus years later, here I am loving Joe Montana and the 49ers. And you got to remember, that's how you pick your team. That's how you pick your
Most
styles.
of our sports alliances come from something our parents did or said or sat us down to watch, right? So your calls now at 877-99 on Fox, 877-99 on Fox. Let's go. Let's get into it.
Big time influences. I would say, do you think, even as far as like the women your dad found were attractive, you're like, oh, me too?
No, not so much.
Oh, really?
No, no. Well,
like,
maybe.
I remember my dad.
I could think of two.
My dad used to love the scene and I remember as a little boy being like, yeah, when Chevy Chase is at the pool and Christy Brinkley jumps in.
Oh, you were like, in your mind, you're like, blondes are hot.
In my mind, I'm like, this is beauty right here.
Hot blonde.
This is crazy. This is crazy. Was that what he was saying?
This is crazy.
One of my dad's favorite scenes, I know for sure, is when Selma Hayek comes out in From Dusk Till Dawn. And I don't think anyone could deny that scene. So, yeah, maybe there is something to that. All right. So, the things you love because your parents loved it.
Well, I would say I'm going to open this up even more.
Yeah.
Not only the things you loved, but the things you do now as an adult, and you realize you're only doing it because your parents did
You know
it.
when you realize this? When you first move out of your house and you're shopping for the first time, and you realize all the brands that you buy were only because your parents bought them.
I remember,
so that's all you know, and it's normal to you. Like, I remember calling my mom, like, yeah, what kind of, fill in the blank, what kind of detergent do you get again? And then it becomes your thing only because it was your parents' thing.
Like, there came a point where I realized, guess what, Sam?
What brand was that, by the way, Cove?
I don't remember.
Tide?
I don't do my laundry.
Gain?
Camino's mom did his laundry until he was 30, and then his girlfriend just took it over.
Yeah.
I remember as Covino said, as a young man, doing the same thing and being like, my parents use the weakest brands. I remember I was like, my parents use Pepsodent toothpaste? That's the cheapest weak one. No wonder I have cavities.
That's why you have cavities.
When I became
what brand was that?
Pepsodent.
Oh, I was like Pepsid AC, like the heartburn
no,
medication?
Pepsodent.
Pepsodent.
Yeah,
it sounds like an accent. I don't know what.
Oh, for dentures, right?
for dentures. So
Pepsodent, is that even around anymore?
Did you know what I did
like
for years?
$1.99.
I only did this because my dad did it, right? But then I stopped because I realized there was another way. For years, like my dad would, you know how every kid pretends to shave because his dad is shaving or whatever, and then you remember your dad like with his deodorant, like, and he would fog up the whole bathroom, like,
just burning holes in the ozone layer
with his giant cold can of Right Guard. So when I became of age, right, what did I get? I got a giant cold can of Right Guard. Now I would fog up the bathroom. And then eventually I realized there was another way, and you got a stick or something, right?
Yeah.
You know, my dad, I think he's like the only guy that still uses the can.
Keeps him in
He
business.
still uses. I'm like, Dad, I just realized that my last visit. I'm like, you still use that can of
He
deodorant?
used to go on Amazon and find it from someone that bought a 100-pack years ago.
I swear to you,
Do they
bro,
have spray-on deodorant and antiperspirant anymore?
I didn't know they still sold it.
Do they sell Aquanet anymore
I was
for your
going to
hair?
say, Covino uses Aquanet for his hair because his mom did.
So my dad still wears tighty whities and uses the can of Right Guard, and
Good for
we
you.
did too.
Things you did and do because your parents somehow convinced you it was the way. It wasn't until I was a grown-up that I realized, I could stay for the whole game. I was convinced that you leave after the 7th inning stretch to beat traffic.
You're gonna beat traffic,
To
Richie.
beat traffic. And then there came a point where I remember I was going to games on my own.
And you got burned.
Danny, I was going to games on my own, and like I'd hear, take me out to the ball game, a little Lazy Mary at City Field. And I'm like, looks like we got to start headed home. And I'm like, what? Why though? Like,
Rich, do you
wait,
allow your
I don't-
kids to get the ice cream sundae at the baseball game, or do you say we got ice cream at home? Because your dad said that.
That was the only time I was ever allowed.
Did-
That was the only
What do you
time I was
mean?
ever allowed to get ice cream.
Are you allowed?
Yeah.
You were allowed to get the little helmet of ice cream?
I think sometimes we also corrected things our parents didn't let us do, like, and you spoil your kids. Like,
Overcorrection.
yeah, you're like, cotton candy? Sure, kid. I never was allowed.
I grew up with always skim milk in the house and never any condiments like ranch or blue cheese. And as an adult, I just inhale condiments like blue cheese, ranch, and Caesar dressing, and I always buy 2% or whole milk.
I tell you, it's really interesting because there are things. This conversation's fun because it's going all over the place, but I like it. There are things you do because your parents did, but then there's also things you counteract, right? Like
you counter program.
Yeah,
when I go to
yeah.
a restaurant, Danny, you
It's
and
like
I,
your version of the Super Bowl halftime.
you and I have eaten together plenty of times to know that if we go to a restaurant, I'm like, a million appetizers. Because when I was a kid, it was like,
Yeah.
appetizer. No, we don't do. You don't do appetizers.
Yeah, Andy gets the milkshake.
Oh yeah.
And speaking of those restaurants, how many of your dads or moms would like pull up because they wanted you to beat the other customers into the door to make the reservation?
Go get us a table.
Yeah, get a table. Beat those people in.
How mad would your parents be if you drank the soda before your meal came? Because they didn't give like free refills back then.
Danny, I
You'd
did
be
that.
finished with your Shirley Temple before the salad even got there.
Danny, I pulled that move the other day. We went to an Italian restaurant around here, Maria's Italian Kitchen. I told my wife and kids, like, get out of the car. I'll go park.
I'll find parking.
I'll find
Yeah.
parking. Go. I saw, like, you see two other people walk into the restaurant. You're like, beat them.
The tradition lives
Get in
on.
line.
Speaking of traditions, even holiday traditions, that's really what it comes from, right? It's your parents and their parents and
Think of your Christmas traditions. We talked about this recently. Besides, Santa bringing kids presents.
yeah, maybe you add a few things. Maybe you subtract a few things, but it's really all where it comes from.
We talked about, other than, of course, Santa bringing kids presents, we talked about how some families, you may open a couple family presents on Christmas Eve. Why do you do that? Because you did it as a kid. And you just sort of mimic it.
So, because we all love Michael McDonald on his birthday. Because of
And Arsenio, he's 70
our
today.
parents. Yeah, Arsenio's how old?
70
Oh,
today.
my God. He looks fantastic.
No, black don't crack for
Who looks
real.
better for their age? Arsenio Hall or Jimmy Mouth of the South Heart?
We just saw a video during the break. Covino and I were scrolling on Instagram.
He looks the
Remember
same.
the wrestling manager, Jimmy Hart? He looks the same, but because he always looks sort of peculiar,
How,
right?
how
Like,
old is Jimmy? We've had him on the show.
Jimmy the Mouth of the South Hart looks the same as he did when he was like managing the Honky Tonk Man. He's got to be like 80.
82. Oh, my God.
Yo, Dan Byer, you know Jimmy the Mouth of the South Hart, right?
Yo, he's the best looking 82-year-old guy on the planet.
I mean, he looks identical
looks the
because
same.
because he always looked sort of different, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You said 82?
82. I just looked it up. Arsenio Hall's 70. He looks great, too, though. But 70, man, Jimmy Hart wins, I think.
Does he color his hair? I'm looking
Of
at a
course
picture.
he
Of course he
does.
does, yeah.
He's now known as Jimmy Heart disease, but that's
Hey-oh. I love it. Good one.
Well, I mean, it is a weekend of love. Jimmy Hart,
Jimmy
shout
Hart,
out.
man. Shout out to him. And again,
Yeah, since
because it's-
yesterday, we were talking about James Vanderbeek and what a great dad he was. And, we've been seeing all these videos. Rich, you
Yeah.
put something on Instagram, and we were talking about yesterday that make things that make us tear up a little bit. I was watching that video
Dude, his
of his
kids
family
sing,
up on
his kids
stage. Yeah.
singing the Dawson's Creek theme on stage. My goodness.
So it got us thinking about parents today.
Man.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah. Again, let's go. The phones are all lit. So you want to go rapid fire? I call it the names, Danny, but Bursch is logged into this computer.
Oh, Jolly
Oh,
Bursch.
you're all good. Let's start with Trevor in Reno.
Jolly Bursch.
Jolly Bursch.
Hey, Trevor, you're on the Covino and Rich show. We're throwing it back on a Thursday. What's up?
Sure. So, grew up in Nevada, so got to learn some gambling strategy at a young age. Always take the points. Favorites are for suckers, and parlays are also for suckers. Got that from my dad. Still a huge dog player.
It's so funny you would say that. Why would I not think of this with our pals at DraftKings and everything we do here? My dad, at an early age, taught me about the teaser bet.
Man.
Oh, Richie, 6 points. And if you could get a good underdog at over 10, my dad taught me the teaser bet. And
In
to this
fact,
day, I do teasers because of my dad.
No doubt. And Mike, who runs this place,
Who?
always talks about how he takes so much pride in, like, he taught his daughter how to play craps and how to work a casino. And I'm sure she learned all that from her dad. All right, so things we love because of our parents. What else?
Let's go to Georgia. Big Bert.
Hey, Big Bert.
Hey,
Do we all agree on Michael McDonald, by the way, bro?
Hey, Bert.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm this year's old to know that Michael McDonald's song was called Sweet Freedom. I sang it 100 times just walking around.
Oh, he wasn't even saying Sweet Freedom. He was going,
for the longest. I swear to God. Hey, the biggest thing, y'all should rep yourselves. Sports radio. Growing up in New York, Don Imus, Mike and the Mad Dog, my dad listened to it all the time. So that's why I listen to it now.
Dude, nail on the head.
That's so funny.
That's my first exposure to talk radio. And
Dude,
it was like
great call.
my dad listening to Howard Stern or, something ridiculous like that growing up. That was my first exposure to it.
Being in the car with your dad, and all of a sudden you hear, "Good afternoon, everybody."
Exactly.
Mad Dog Russo.
Oh, great call, man. That's the truth.
My parents had Vin Scully on in the car.
Oh,
no diggity, no doubt.
Where do you want to go? Say hi to our friend Trip in Vegas.
Trip McNeely.
Yo,
what up, Trip?
Hey, good afternoon, gentlemen. I got 3, and y'all know this from being around me. 1, my dishes never in the sink. My bed's always made. My house is always clean. If I invite, I pay. Y'all know that. And then here's one y'all really like. You don't have to be a member of somewhere. You just need to be good friends with a member at that point.
It's a good lesson to be learned.
I like it. Thank you, Trip. Appreciate you, buddy.
He brought up a good. What was the first one he said?
Don't have to pay. Bed clean. His bed is made.
Oh, things you do.
No dishes in the sink.
Because of your parents. It took me a while. It took me like multiple girlfriends along the way to be like, use the dishwasher. Because my mom brainwashed me to be like, Richie, you wash the dishes. Like a dishwasher like that. Like that's for lazy people.
No, and it also uses a lot less water than washing by hand. We all thought, of course, the dishwasher.
My mom made us scrub the dishes, then put them in the dishwasher.
That's how you get them really.
My mom used to say, "No more wire hangers." So I don't have any because of my mom, because of Mommy Dearest.
Didn't your mom used to be like, Calgon, take me away?
Yes, I learned that from my mom too.
Avon calling.
So,
are there certain actors or actresses you guys love to this day because your parents were, such fans?
And you know what? It's almost counter programming for me, like we said before. My mom lived like she was from the 1940s, bro. So my mom is all about James Cagney and, a bunch of old classics. And, of course, I admire James Cagney because my mom always pushed him on me. But I don't like watching old movies because that's all she wanted to watch when I was a kid. I wanted to watch, like, 80s movies or fun movies, whatever was out, 90s movies. And I'm sitting at home, my family, watching old movies, Turner movie classics all the time. So I almost, went the opposite direction.
Yeah, he's a real jerk apparently, but my dad used to think Chevy Chase was the funniest dude. So Fletch and Vacation and my old
Just
SNL
watched
clips.
that documentary.
Yeah, apparently Chevy Chase, no one likes him, but in the 80s he was funny as hell. My dad and I watched a ton of Chevy Chase movies.
Danny G brings up something that we often talk about, every family, for the most part, is a blank family. We have pals they're a Tom Cruise family because the parents love Tom Cruise. The whole family love Tom Cruise. That being said, I would say my family is a Travolta, Nick Cage family.
Oh, you guys are a Nick Cage family,
they
huh?
love the movie Face Off, clearly. But if it's Travolta or Nick Cage, it seems like...
Where?
It seems like the whole... And Tom Hanks, too, right? Who doesn't like Tom Hanks? But I would say my family always would love a good Nick Cage flick.
Family Man. Have they seen that one? My goodness,
of course. Hey,
let's go to Montana. Say hi to Chris. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Covino and Rich. Hey,
What
thanks
up?
for having me on.
What's
I
up?
got three things that my father inspired me with. First is to be a Cubs fan for sure. Second, to not be a Bears fan because Minnesota Vikings are better. And that John Candy is one of the best comedian actors of all time.
All things I'm down with, sports and John Candy. Love that. And you made me think of something else while you were talking. I mean, my love of music is straight up from my mom. I mean, I got into radio because of my love of music. I named my daughter Melody because I love music. But it started with like when it goes back to, we were a Tom Cruise family or whatever, very much a Beatles family, right? So Beatles for sure. You start loving the Beatles. You realize all these bands that were influenced by the Beatles. You start developing a love of music. Boom. My whole life revolved around music for the majority of my teens, 20s, 30s, and today.
Can I wrap this up with a thought
Sure.
for everyone in the room? Think of the sports teams you love here on Fox Sports Radio, all right?
Yeah.
Danny, Raiders, Dodgers, Lakers, you're a West Coast guy. Think of the origin of when you first rocked that jersey or when you first rooted for Marcus Allen or Magic Johnson or Fernando Mania or maybe Steve Garvey back in the day when you were a little boy. Do you remember mom, dad, uncle, cousin, someone being like, Danny, this is who you like? Do you remember those origin stories?
Oh, yeah. I remember my mom saying, we cheer for Dusty Baker in this house.
Wow.
And Magic Johnson, the Lakers were on all the time. And then as far as the Raiders, my mom pulled me out of school for the L.A. Raiders parade, championship parade.
Unlike those
I was a
weenies,
kindergartner.
unlike those weenies in Seattle that make their kids go to school, right?
That's how you do it.
Yeah, I was like a kindergartner, and she's like, I don't care. You're not going to school. I'm taking you to City Hall for the parade.
Was that when, that was when.
Marcus Allen was the toast of the town. So was Jim Plunkett.
38-9
Just
over
like
the
Danny
Redskins.
G said, I grew up in a Yankee household, and that was it. We were a Yankee family, and that's courtesy of my parents.
Do you want to hear just the backstory of something that could have made me completely different? I feel like you guys would look at me so different had this been the way. I grew up on Long Island. My dad convinced me Joe Montana was the coolest dude in the world. It's my only East Coast team.
He wasn't wrong.
So, like,
right?
It was my one, like, wow, you're a New Yorker. How do you like the Niners? My dad, from the time I was 5, told me Joe Montana was the coolest. So, I guess when I was 5, I was a front runner, but it's been 40 years.
Yeah, but
so I think
I know. You just did what you were told.
Yeah, so it was my one out-of-town team, but I own it, 40 years later. Would you believe my dad? My dad's the one guy that may have this story. My dad grew up a Yankees fan. Roger Maris was his favorite player. My dad went to Fordham University in the Bronx and got his car stolen multiple times to the point where he's like, F the Bronx, F everything about the Bronx. He met my mom, who was a Mets fan, and my dad sort of just like aggravated with
correlation between
the
Grand Theft Auto and the team.
Yeah,
there.
it felt like he got burnt out of college, and like
I hear declare,
and it was around the time where the
no
Yankees.
more Yankees.
It was almost around the time where the Yankees went through their only little slump ever, and the Mets were sort of new and 69 Mets and exciting, and my dad sort of shifted gears. Can you imagine if I was a Yankees fan, how many more moments I would have had? But then again, we would have been
It
like
changed you. Yeah, it
but
would
you
have
and I
changed
would
who
have
you
been.
are.
We would have both been Yankee fans. That would have been unbearable.
Yeah, and it would have changed. Yeah, it would have changed who you are. Worked out the way it was supposed to. But today we acknowledge that our love of yacht. You should see my yacht rock playlist, courtesy of my parents. Oh, so good. From Michael McDonald to
Hall & Oates. Who else is on there?
Who's not on that? So many great acts, so many great bands. Baby, I'ma want you.
Baby, I'ma need you.
Oh, man. How do I stay keto when I'm listening to all that bread?
All right, we'll go rapid fire with all your feedback in just a few minutes. And the feedback is coming in, and it's great. Something I have to watch, by the way, Danny, we were talking about what to watch in the football lull that we're in right now, the football hangover we have, the Blues. I have not watched it. I don't know how it slipped my mind. The Rise of the Niners, narrated by Tom Brady.
Ooh.
How have I missed this? I know it's on, but maybe I'll watch that tonight. So thank you, Ashley, for chiming in on the in-show.
And you have Love is Blind to catch up on.
I have Love is Blind. Is it true a girl put glue in her eye?
Yes.
Oh my God! So
she got rushed to the hospital.
As Spot
by the way,
said earlier, maybe it really is Love is Blind.
Star
glue in your eye?
Don't be rude. Star Search isn't half bad either if you need mindless entertainment.
All right, well, listen,
we'll talk more about that on Overpromise.
All right, listen, your feedback, and we'll talk some more about your old school sports memories, and maybe we'll hit a little baseball next too. Right here, Fox Sports Radio, Covino and Rich.
Ready to tackle your financial goals, Rich? With Webull, you don't have to sit on the sidelines. Whether you're a rookie or a pro, Webull puts you in the game with tools to help you make the moves you want. Trade stocks options and ETFs, or play the long game with cash management and retirement accounts, all on one platform.
Webull's app. Webull. Their app. Webull. Wobble. Webull pairs advanced analytics and real-time data. So you could read the defense, adjust your strategy, stay in control. Now they got AI helping out. So meet Vega, your personal AI assistant. You could ask things like, hey, what's the outlook for this stock? Or, hey, analyze my watch list. And you get real-time updates, volatility insights, and fundamentals that turn complex signals into really easy stuff to understand.
Want a wider view of the field? Use Portfolio X-Ray to spot trends, manage risk, and optimize the performance of your portfolio. Stop punting your financial future. Join Webull's community to discuss markets, trending topics, and ideas with fellow investors. Download the Webull app today on mobile or desktop.
Webull, Webull, or visit Webull.com.
Webull Financial LLC, member SIPC FINRA. Investing involves risk. For more information, visit Webull.com/disclosures.
And I got a lot more Super Bowl halftime observations, too, because that's the big controversy, right? The game was pretty much cut and dry. Seattle dominated.
I don't believe it.
What?
I don't believe it. I think no one really cares, and a few people on social media make us think people are mad about things. Like, what were you really mad about Bad Bunny for? Like, what would make you mad about that?
Well, for non-Spanish speakers, it's just they don't understand it.
You didn't see Eric Dickerson, Hall of Famer, double down on how it was un-American?
Yeah, but it's like 15 minutes of a performance. So, hey, it doesn't speak English.
Yeah,
not for you.
If it hurts your feelings that bad, you're kind of soft.
Like, get a life.
Enjoy some buffalo wings, grab a cookie, have a conversation with somebody.
I'm not disagreeing, but, Rich, there were plenty of people with the way they worded their posts on social media.
You know what I say to those people?
It kind of came off a little racist.
You know what I say to those people? Get a life. Like, I call it how I see it. Sometimes I lean one way, sometimes I lean another way. I don't get how,
you can't be mad for the NFL making a great business decision. Again, I'll reiterate what we already said. It wasn't a political choice. It was a business decision.
These guys,
they are going international. There's so many international games next year. They're trying to globalize the sport. They are globalizing the sport. Think of it like the World Cup, because that's what they're shooting for. And if you want the game to grow, then stop crying about it. And you wouldn't complain if it were the World Cup, so we shouldn't be complaining because it's Bad Bunny at Super Bowl halftime.
Next year, they're going with the Wiggles because they're taking over Australia.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Can't wait.
Rich's Niners going to be in Australia.
My only thought that
Men at work next year.
The only time
Men at work.
The only time where I'm like, oh, they blew it was when you saw Ricky Martin. It's like, if he did 30 seconds of She Bangs or Livin' La Vida Loca, Covino's right. Maybe you would have stole the show.
The bridesmaid could never outshine the bride, right? So you can't have Ricky Martin living La Vida Loca, doing his little leg kicks and everything, stealing the show.
Or even if Gaga went into like abracadabra for like 20 seconds, just something to
It's
just
a
so
Bad Bunny show, dude.
Okay.
And here's the other thing. You can't debate it, and here's why. He was the #1 streaming artist on Spotify and everywhere all over the world, okay? International superstar. How could you hate on that? The NFL went as big time as they possibly could. So congrats on that. Now, do I expect everybody to have enjoyed it? No, because I understand everyone speaks Spanish. But I do recognize this, that he represented all cultures. I thought that was kind of cool because he didn't just represent Puerto Rico, right? It was all Latin countries. You had all sorts of different representation. You had Cardi B there for the Dominicans. You had Pedro Pascal for the Chileans, Jessica Alba for the Mexicans, Alex Earl for the Whiteys. You had Lady Gaga. You had Ronald Acuna Jr.
And I don't think a lot of people realize this.
Braves Venezuelan baseball player out there at the halftime show.
You know how they had people dressed up as the plants on the field as the sugar cane, right? Dan Byer was one of them.
Yeah, he made $18 an hour.
Dan Byer was on the field.
The fun fact is they made $18.70 an hour, right, Danny G?
And they worked 1,000 hours total.
No, like 70 hours, wasn't it? They made like $1,000.
Dan Byer wanted to get on the field, so he had to do what he had to do. So, yeah, Dan Byer was sugarcane stalk number 5.
They practiced for 2 weeks, Covino.
I will say this, too, speaking of things being represented, all the little subtleties, I think that there was a lot of prideful moments for Hispanic people and Puerto Ricans and little kids sleeping on the chair, and how in Hispanic cultures people party late into the night and the little kids are sleeping there at the party on the chairs, and all the little things that he did. But I really love that he even acknowledged the Mexican-Puerto Rican boxing rivalries. Like, I don't know if you guys saw it, but Xander Zayas was there representing Puerto Rico, boxing Emiliano Vargas.
I don't think anyone knows the two people you mentioned, but that's cool.
Fernando Vargas, his son. So he Mexican fighter versus Puerto Rican fighter. Again, it's just part of the culture. You have the
people got married. There was a couple that genuinely got married. But I will say,
I wish
yesterday,
Bad Bunny paid for my wedding.
Yesterday was also a master class in how dumb we are for believing social media. Because do you know how many people are like, that little kid Bad Bunny handed his Grammy to? That was the 5-year-old kid that was detained by ICE.
Everybody ran
and
with that
went wild. Everyone on social media was spreading this rumor around, and it was completely false. It was a little actor. So it was a master class in showing how quickly a false rumor could spread, because within minutes, everyone thought that.
And by the way, for the record, would I have preferred Metallica? 100%. They're from San Francisco. They're getting older. Their window's closing. They deserve it. But, man, you can't get bigger than Bad Bunny internationally. Man, I love me some yacht rock. Some Steely Dan. Which, by the way, in that yacht rock documentary, they say like Steely Dan is like the nucleus of all of it. They all stem out from that.
What was the yacht rock documentary where they started calling some of the legendary bands and they're like, F you?
Well, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, is that Steely Dan? Wanted nothing to do with it,
That's
right?
Steely Dan, yeah. They hate the term yacht rock.
Why?
Because it's soft classic rock.
Yeah, but it gave their genre tons of life, whether it's
they don't
Sirius
like that.
XM, iHeart, all these
they
yacht
weren't
rock
making
channels.
They weren't making songs necessarily for dudes on boats.
Yeah, but I mean,
So they didn't like the term.
we all know the term and we embrace it. No,
And the king of all of it, even though Steely Dan is the nucleus, Michael McDonald was on all the hit tracks. And when you got Warren G sampling Michael McDonald.
Would you rather be known for butt rock or yacht rock? I think I'd rather be known for yacht rock.
That's true. That is true.
By the way,
Rich, it's because it doesn't describe how hard they rocked. That's why.
Right.
But isn't butt rock's like what 2000s and 90s?
Like Shine Down and
Trapped and stuff.
Divorced dad rock.
Yeah.
Breaking Benjamin.
I like calling divorced dad rock's the
I like
perfect
butt rock, though.
definition.
Yeah, I like some butt rock.
Some divorced dad rock is good. But yeah, we're talking Michael McDonald and yacht rock because it's his birthday. It's his 74th birthday, and we love the smooth, buttery voice of Michael McDonald. And Rich, when I came to your house today to do our Patreon show, we're on Patreon every day if you want to join us uncensored. Rich is out of control on that show.
Stop it. Maybe a little.
Patreon.com/Covino and Rich. I came in singing Ambrosia. You're the biggest part of me. And where did I get all that from? My parents. You're in the backseat of the car. You had no choice. You couldn't change the radio station.
I could be
you
wrong.
listen to what they listen to.
I could be wrong. Rarely, but I could be wrong. I feel like you're speaking Dan Byer's language. DB, I feel like you're a yacht rock fan. Is that true?
Are you a Seals and Crofts
very
kind of guy?
much so. And honestly, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I was a big Christopher Cross fan when I was a senior in high school. So this was mid-1990s.
Rich was just a Chris Cross fan.
Patty Mac will make you jump, Dan.
I was a big fan of Christopher Cross and that it wasn't yacht rock back then, but I did have tapes and loved to chill to the soft rock music at that time.
Hey, Bart, did you win your wife over by making a sweet mixtape? Is that part of your backstory or not?
One of my favorite memes is a Christopher Cross meme. Have you ever seen it?
It's fantastic.
All hail Christopher Cross, the yacht rock superstar. The only man, you got to pay attention to this, the only man to look like both members of Tenacious D in one lifetime. Because when he was younger, he looked like Jack Black, and now he looks like Kyle Gass of Tenacious D.
But like weirdly similar.
He's gotten a second career though out of the explosion of yacht rock.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's no doubt about it.
But again, why do we bring this up on a Throwback Thursday, old school and 50 hits? Because a lot of us love it because our parents loved it. It was popular at the time. And what are other things we love? Because our parents just raised us that way. And who was a really great parent? James Vanderbeek. We honor him on this Thursday. Rest in peace. He had 6 kids. In today's world, we acknowledge that because that's like having 16 kids. Because how many people you know with more than 2 kids nowadays?
Phillip
Not
Rivers?
many.
I don't know.
Yeah, seriously. Like you don't know. When you hear 6 kids in today's world,
a lot of NFL players.
and I'm from a family of 5 kids.
Yeah.
You know, and we all grew up with people more than one or 2 siblings for the most part. When you hear 6 kids, you're like, man, and he lived for his kids. So we honor.
You gonna have another kid or what?
I don't know. Hey, I'm in the game, right? I'm in the game. All right, so we're Covino and Rich live from Fox Sports Radio studio. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. We wrap up this old school and 50 hits with your phone calls now. Things you got from your parents.
You know, I have a
or
thought.
things you love because of your parents.
After we take these 3 calls, you just said you're in the game. I have a theory.
In the game.
I have a theory based on what you just said. I'll explain. I saw an article out of the New York Post a second ago. But let's say hi to Mark in Alaska. What's up, Alaska?
Hey, fellas. How you doing?
What's up, man?
Well, the reason why I'm a Mets fan, I wanted to be a Yankee fan when I was 7, but my dad said, absolutely not. I said, why not? He said, we were Brooklyn Dodgers fans.
Yeah.
They left and broke our hearts, and we hate the Yankees. So I'm a Met fan.
Well, welcome. I'm with you.
I thought
Let's
you were
go.
a Mets fan because you're a glutton for punishment.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, he's sitting there ice fishing all mad.
I
Oh,
know.
my door's hurt. Oh, God.
But that makes sense. That's the story for a lot of
Yeah.
people.
You know what a lot of people don't know? And forgive me because this is Fox Sports Radio. Our listeners are very, very smart. And I say that not facetiously. You know, a lot of people don't know where the Mets got their colors. I thought it was common knowledge being a New York Mets fan. But when the Brooklyn Dodgers and the Giants both left New York to come to the West Coast, and it was just the Yankees. For a minute, it was just the Yankees. Brooklyn Dodger blue and Giants orange are the Mets colors. That they have the same blue. Dodger blue is Mets blue, and they took the orange from the New York Giants. So the Mets are really just a color combo of the 2 teams that left for the West Coast.
Rich.
The more you know.
I mean, thank you.
Did you know that, Sam?
No.
Oh, so look at
And
that.
The
Rich,
more I know now.
Yeah,
that's
look at
another reason why it's okay that you're turning into a Dodgers fan right now.
Oh, could I tell you? We talked about influencing our kids. My son, without my pushing, maybe also because I got us to be the Mets in our pony ball team, he's leaning a little Mets again, Danny. He's still like, I like the Dodgers, but now he's like, I'm Benny Bichette.
You know what Rich said to me today with a straight face? I'm not even joking. He was like, it's really weird. My son Benny really loves all the Meet the Mets songs. I'm like, yeah, it's really weird. Not that you have any influence on that.
No,
it would
not
be
at
really
all.
weird if you never showed it to him.
No,
and then he'd like
yeah,
it.
it's
It's 'cause
hey, meet the Mets.
your family has great influence on it.
That's in all little kids' algorithms.
Yeah. No,
Dude,
it's
bring
not,
your
it's not
kid
that
in.
Rich pushed it on him or anything.
Bring your kiddies. Bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life. That's what I've always said.
Yeah, it's crazy how your son loves that song.
Well, I said, the late, great Vanderbeek, who we lost at 48, has 6 kids. You were saying how people don't have big families anymore.
Not
we
like
saw
that. Not
we
in
saw
today's world.
our buddy here at iHeart, Bobo, stop by with his newborn, and I heard Covino go, bro, I'm still in the game. And I'm like, hey, you hit your 40s and you wonder, am I still in the game? Danny, you had a kid in your 40s. Like, we have kids older now, right? It's the way it is. I just read a really daunting study, and I'm not trying to overdo it with the smut talk here on Fox Sports Radio. We did talk about
go for it, bro.
We did talk about Olympians in the beginning of the show and how they had to order 10,000 more condoms for Olympic Village, which just shows you these young, in shape athletes still have booty on their mind. This is out in the New York Post today.
Oh boy.
Let me just read this headline, then we'll go to Dan By for an update. But just listen to this as we hit Valentine's Day weekend, Lovers Weekend.
Happy Valentine's, Papa.
This is out in the New York Post. The headline reads, Americans are on the verge of sextinction as shocking numbers of people going without sex are on the rise and social media is to blame. They're saying...
Unless you're an Olympic athlete, I
They're
guess.
saying, get this, because I know we have, men and women listening, but I would say a little more men than women. They're saying 1 in 3 adult men have not had sexual relations in a year.
There's no sex.
1 in 3. So
1 in 3 men haven't got it on in over a year. You know what it is? You really want to know what it is?
They say social media.
It's the hub.
Man, it's all the smut that it's
the
terrible.
hub is changing people's habits.
So
and there's this guy I follow on social media named Scott Galloway. He's a professor. He says it's also AI partners and AI girlfriends.
I bet.
Man.
I don't know. It's worth looking into.
I bet. I bet it's all of that.
The other day, my wife and I went on a double date with Iowa Sam and a robot. It was weird.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, it was weird.
All right, let's go to DB for an update.
Sam.
Oh, Sammy, you look so handsome today.
Iowa
Oh,
Sam
Sammy.
has a girlfriend. I've seen her backyard.
I do. Yeah,
So,
yes. Never her.
It's beautiful.
Just her backyard.
Yeah,
Is
just
Iowa
beautiful
Sam
in early March.
Is Iowa Sam the guy that's like, oh, my girlfriend's from another state?
That's exactly what she is.
exactly
Yes,
it.
I've never met her. Nobody has. But
No,
I've
there
seen
are
her.
people
She
have
goes,
met her.
Dan, she goes to another high school. You might see her at the prom, okay?
Yeah, we'll just stick to that.
At the Winter Olympics, guys, the United States men's ice hockey team took the ice for the first time today, facing Latvia.
Here comes Jack Hughes. Hughes dropping it back off the quick behind the back. Matthew Tkachuk. Back to Jack Hughes. Nelson, score! Wow!
Brock Nelson's second goal of the game on NBC Universal. Game was seen on USA Network, and the United States tops Latvia today by a score of 5-1. Canada won their opener over Czechia 5-0. American snowboarder Chloe Kim won the silver medal in the women's halfpipe. Jazz forward Jaren Jackson Jr. done for the season. He had a growth removed from his knee, should be ready for training camp. Free agent forward Jeremy Sohan is signing a deal with the Knicks. Spurs guard De'Aaron Fox replacing Bucks forward Giannis Antetokounmpo in this weekend's NBA All-Star Game. Now, Fox is going to play for Team USA. That means Heat guard Norman Powell is going to be a part of the World Team. ESPN says Pistons guard Cade Cunningham purchased a minority stake of the Texas Rangers in Major League Baseball. In college hoops, North Carolina star Caleb Wilson out indefinitely with a fracture in his non-shooting hand. Phillies released outfielder Nick Castellanos today while owing him $20 million. The Dodgers gave Max Muncy a one-year extension and re-signed Kike Hernandez to a one-year deal. Ryo Hisatsune leads the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am at 10 under. Rory McIlroy is 6 back at -4. Scotty Scheffler even par today. He's 10 back of the lead. Guys, back to you.
Nick Castellanos could be a pretty decent pickup for someone. I wonder where he lands.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of his, but he and the Phillies just had a bad falling out.
Yeah, but I'm saying if there's a team that's looking to add another outfielder, that could
I'm
be.
sure he'll sign with the Dodgers. I'm sure that's right. That's
Yeah.
I think that's what
He'll
we
be
all
the
just
Dodgers'
assumed,
fourth
right?
outfielder,
Yeah.
just in case they need someone. Thank you, DB. And Dan, I want to give a shout out to our buddy Rob Baker, who always listens on our San Antonio affiliate.
The touchdown maker?
Rob Baker brings more fun facts than anyone else. He's a big sports fan and a music fan. He goes, Covino and Rich, Christopher Cross, like Dan Beyer said, is at the top of the yacht. At the top of the yacht rock food chain.
Take me away to where I'm
He went to high school in San Antonio, and he's such a football fan that there is footage he just sent me of Christopher Cross performing at a Houston Oilers game in an Earl Campbell jersey.
Now, I'll give you the tidbit. I asked Christopher Cross about that performance when I met him about 13 years ago. I think he had the same agent as Earl Campbell at the time. So there was a concert where he donned the 34 in the blue jersey, and that was the reason why.
Oh, yeah? Get this.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
got
how about that? I know we don't like toppers around here, but I went right to the source.
You think that's a fun fact? Do you know in the song Sailing, It was an accident. That orchestra in the beginning.
Yeah, we all saw it on TikTok. Come on.
Damn,
yeah, we've all.
but it was an
Yeah.
accident. Look it up.
All right. Thank
All
you,
right.
DB. Thank you, Covino. And thank you, Rob Baker. We got more Covino and Rich next, right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Have you ever wiped with a piece of dry single-ply toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets? Well, it's not. It gets a lot better thanks to wet, extra-large cleaning power of Dude Wipes.
And when we say extra large, we mean business. No matter what the size of your mess from top to bottom, Dudes has you covered for a confident clean.
Yeah, Rich, not everybody's like you. Perfect Loaf Davis.
They
You know?
comfortably clean up whatever TP leaves behind, buddy. No more debris, as you call them, bank snaps. No more irritation. Not a chance. It's time to make the trade of the season and switch from toilet paper to wet, extra-large Dude Wipes as soon as you can and get that confident clean made from 100% plant-based natural fibers, a variety of scents like mint chill and shea butter to protect your end zone.
Yeah, you gotta say no more dangleberries. Join the movement for cleaner movements and live a skid-free dangleberry life.
Yeah.
Available at Amazon and all major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down. We got NFL breaking news.
Oh,
What up,
DB, let's go.
Breaking news from Fox Sports.
A report from ESPN says that former Patriots head coach Bill Belichick will not be a first ballot Hall of Famer, as he did not receive enough votes to be enshrined into the Pro Football Hall of Fame this upcoming summer.
That's crazy.
The report from ESPN's Don Van Natta Jr. and Seth Wickersham say that Belichick fell short of the 40 votes out of the 50 needed to get in.
Who's hating?
Quoting at least 4 different sources is saying that Belichick was notified of this news on Friday. Belichick quoted as saying 6 Super Bowls isn't enough, and what does a guy have to do? But Bill Belichick will not be a Hall of Famer this summer, according to this report from
That's
ESPN.
a joke, dude. That's only a joke second to Rich not being acknowledged by his Syracuse alma mater. That's a joke.
I can't believe that.
That really is. I know he's had a rough year plus and a shaky storyline in recent history, but what he did in the NFL is unmatched, and I don't know how that's possible. So he must have rubbed somebody the wrong way. He needs to.
Are you sure one of the voters isn't Jordan Hudson's dad?
Seriously, that makes zero sense.
Honestly, like I'm. This is tough too. I'm at a loss.
He's right.
Of words.
What more does he have to do?
What more does he have to do?
It's kind of a no news sort of thing, but I think it was so surprising in hearing that because we all just felt it was a foregone conclusion. Mike Holmgren got to the final round of balloting last year and ultimately did not get in. I think that he should be in. I think Mike Shanahan should be in. I think a bunch of these guys should be in. And now it's like their case isn't as good if Belichick's not getting in at this point.
By the way, that's
really
another one.
stupid.
Mike
DB.
Shanahan, Holmgren, these guys are generational coaches, and Belichick is on the top of that list. That is wildly bizarre to me. It's like, Covino, who was the Yankee that was missing like one vote, had 99%? Like, was it Jeter or Mariano Rivera was unanimous, right?
Mo was, I think, the only guy unanimous.
Yeah.
And Jeter was one vote. Yeah.
Like one
vote.
guy. And it's like, who is the person that said, 5 World Series, the captain, clutch, Mr. November? I'm a Mets fan. I don't
Just
like
a
the
hater,
Yankees.
bro.
But in my mind, I'm like, to not vote Jeter in, to not vote Belichick in, those jabronis deserve to get their vote taken away.
You could think whatever you want about Belichick as a person. You
Grumpy,
could hate the Patriots. Yeah, it doesn't matter because I think everyone should be able to acknowledge what he did for the Patriots and in the NFL.
Damn.
So that's just ridiculous.
Thanks for the breaking news, DB.
Yeah,
that's wild.
That's wild.
And
Really
there's one other layer to this. He was in a coach's category. Bob Kraft, Patriots owner, is a finalist in the contributors category. So you wonder, did Kraft get in? And they're like, we don't want to mess with Belichick, or we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it plays out. But both were up for possible enshrinement this summer. But Belichick apparently not good enough to make the cut. We'll see if the Patriots.
Wouldn't you
owner
think there's a
is.
mistake there? Like, oh, there has to be an error.
Like, was there a hanging Chad involved?
Right?
It's a misprint.
Is it the case of the hanging Chad 25 years later? 26
so
years later? My
stupid.
goodness. Well, think about it. If you're voting, forget the 6 Super Bowl wins, 9 Super Bowl appearances, right? The 2 Giants losses and the Eagles loss. And
You mean as an assistant?
As an assistant? And a win as an assistant and a loss?
2, yeah, he had 2 in 21 and 25.
Yeah. So, Mike,
Super
all
Bowls.
that and nothing, huh? No beans.
Dedicated his life to the NFL and was great at it. That's a joke. I feel like someone's out for him, if not a misprint, or he really did something behind the scenes we don't know about, because that makes no sense at all. Yeah, there's a lot of people that just didn't take kindly to the fact that he's affiliated with some cheating scandals. And that's why your boy Carlos Beltran even got some flack, but he got voted in, but there was a lot of speculation, and some people really hold a
little Yacht Rock Thursday with Covino and Rich.
because of our parents.
And Michael McDonald's birthday.
Michael McDonald's birthday, and he sort of was on every track, but this is
Yeah.
Christopher Cross, one of DB's favorites. And we referenced that the intro is a complete mistake, like a mix-up on the tracks, and they left it in there.
I want to hear the beginning, what you're talking
orchestral.
I see things on TikTok, and I don't know what to believe anymore.
Anyway, we're Covino and Rich, live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, ready to tackle your financial goals. Webull makes it simpler to start investing. Powerful tools, real-time data, all in one app. Get started at Webull.com or download the Webull app today.
Webull Financial LLC, member SIPC FINRA. Investing involves risk. For more information, visit Webull.com/disclosures.
All right, few reminders. We're in for Dan Patrick Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Make note of that, the Dan Patrick hat trick. Also, Overpromise begins in 9 minutes. That's our bonus podcast. We're going to talk about the WWE. Who might be ass? It involves Bad Bunny. Ooh, controversial.
Oh.
Plus, we're going to help you with the NFL Blues on Overpromise.
No
New
doubt.
episode on our YouTube page. So join us and join the live chat. And right now, we've been doing this on Thursdays. We throw it back. We do a little show and tell, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so listen, I went through the chat. Not a lot of people were guessing. The chat was popping today. Thank you for everybody on our YouTube channel.
If people were too busy talking about Yacht Rock.
There was a lot of shared parent stories in there, which was cool.
Nice.
And one comment about your items there, your memorabilia, that made me laugh.
Yeah, if people could guess or say something creative.
Yeah, just comment on it.
Right.
BMX Dad 4 says, I wonder how long the show and tell will last since Rich doesn't hold on to anything.
That is true.
I mean, that is true.
He holds no value on any material items
You
at all.
throw things away all
Yeah.
the time,
I'm
Rich?
just not a. I'm not a. To me,
Are you Marie Kondo?
I am. If
Does
it
it give
doesn't
you
bring
joy?
Me, if it doesn't bring me joy, I would say you're right.
All right. Well,
He's
you know
a
what brings me
minimalist.
joy?
You could live in one of those mini houses.
I love me some memorabilia.
Yeah.
Some people say dust collectors, give them to me. I love it. And
Tchotchkes?
I'm glad my cousin, I have family in Mexico City, right, Danny G? And coincidentally, one of my cousins works for Fox Sports in Mexico. Total coincidence. But his brother, Milo.
He's the talented Covino.
Yeah, they're on my mom's side.
How dare you?
Covino's Italian.
He does a show called Covino and Ricardo.
No, they're not Covinos at all. But on March 24th, or March 2024,
Yeah.
2024, the New York Yankees played a series against the Diablos, Mexico City baseball team. If you guys remember, Robbie Cano was playing on that team.
I do remember
You
that.
remember that? And they ended up sweeping the Yankees, and Robbie Cano had a series. Well, one of my cousins went to that game, and not only did they get me a sweet Diablos Yankees hat, got me a Mariano Rivera autographed ball, dude. He was in town for that series, and my cousin got to meet him, and he got the Sandman, Enter Sandman, I want to say Yankees baseball, but also the hat, man. You can check it out right there.
And my piece of memorabilia today is from our buddy Jamie in Boston. This guy's an artist. Street Trends Metal Art. Street Trends Metal Art.
Trends with a Z.
This guy takes car parts that are like left over, and he puts them together, and he made me a Mr. Met sculpture. Look at this, baby. This is out of like old car parts just sitting around a garage. This guy does amazing artwork. Street Trends Metal Art. He made Covino like a rock guitar.
Yeah, he makes amazing gifts.
It's like when something Rich will actually hold on to.
I have this on my shelf in my office. I brought it in for show and tell.
That's like when Kramer made Bette Midler the macaroni statue.
Exactly the same. All right, we'll see you guys. Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the overpromised land.
Have a good one, guys.
Later.
Goodbye.